Well, hello, my lovelies. I'm Lady Leanna, and this is Mystic Shadow Insight Psychic and Spirit Channel. And before I had made a video based on the idea that we are all psychic. Always were, always will be. It just depends on how much you will work to evolve those knowledges that are hidden deep within the self and bring it out to where you can use it. Today I want to talk to you about the different ways you can bring it out and use it. And my always first and foremost go-to answer on that is pay attention to your dream. Keep a pad and pencil by your bed before you talk to anybody or start thinking about anything else, doing anything else or what have you. Then you want to write down those dreams, and as the day goes on, maybe fill those in. Now, if you don't remember your dreams on a usual basis, then what you want to do is start training yourself to remember your dream. And that's by simply telling yourself you will remember your dreams 3 times before you lay down. Think about something else briefly, and then say it one more time, and then lay your head down and go to sleep. Now, a lot of times people will not remember it conclusively, the entire ordeal, but will remember through the day little bits and pieces. And that's why you leave a line in between each line that you put down of that which you do remember sitting up in bed. And that way you can drop in different things in between all of the lines as you do remember them. Anyway, this is about one of the ways that you can unlock your psychic mind. And it's a really good one, by the way. And a lot of people do like to think about their dreams. So it's a very fun way at that. On most occasions, you can have some pretty bad dreams. But let's see. My headset is wanting to fall out of my ear. Another way that you could unlock the power of your mind is through deep meditation. Now, it's not going to come easy for everybody in the very beginning by far. I mean, it's just not. And a lot of training has to be done to get there. I was one of those. I was all over the place. My focus kept getting shifted over to everything else. And gradually, over time, I was able to just go deeper into it, and not one time behind the other. It took slow and steady progress, you know. And before it was over with, I not only was doing my meditation, but I was actually able to take myself into different places, you know, that have to do with other people, to see other people, to astral project, to do all of this other more advanced stuff. And it took years. It did. And the time that it did happen, the deepest notion of that, which is the astral projection, was whenever I wasn't trying to do it. Whenever I had already, you know, gotten tired of trying and went on to doing everything else, but my training and my practices had paid off. So we're able to do great things, but not right off the gateway, because a lot of times we're closed off to it. From the time we're born, we're told no how many millions of times that it's impossible, and this prohibition exists or that one, and you know, it's just not, you know, it's something that programs our mind so much that we're not able to move forward within our psychic abilities or do the things that we should be able to do. The psychic abilities, it goes also into the title of the sixth sense, which I've said in this other video, that it goes right along with the other 5, which notes that everybody should be entitled to it. Now, do note that there are visually impaired people, auditorily impaired people, etc., and there is also psychically impaired people, which doesn't mean everybody can't see or that certain people can't see or whatever, you know, but, you know, they might need help to see if they are ever able to. So, I mean, you know, there are those people that will never see psychically. But usually that is due to them not trying, or due to having the world crowding in around them. All the necessities that we're having to meet in life prevent us from doing the things that would develop. Also, staying too enmeshed into the ideas that it's impossible, no, you can't do that, these kind of prohibitions. Likewise, prohibitions of a Christian church that says that if you do have psychic abilities, it's called being a prophet, and you're limited to this very small bracket of what you're supposed to be able to do, because it all has to revolve around the church, the Lord, and the Christian people only, and about those actual subjects. So, really, a lot of prohibitions, a lot of crowding in around, mainly people not meditating, trying to attune themselves to themselves. If you do not sit down, if you do not attune yourself to your own body, to your own mind, and bring things down a little bit, relax a little bit. If you don't do any of that, if you cannot touch base with your inner spirit, then you will never be one of these that are able to develop your psychic abilities. So you can do it. It's a matter of working on it. Now, I've touched on dream symbology being one of your openers, one of your keys to the psychic mind. I've touched on meditation being an opener to the psychic mind. Also, you might take a scrying tool. The tarot cards, now, which is my tool of trade. The tarot cards are so full of divinatory symbols that you could read into, whether it's through Native American understandings of what symbols mean, or dream symbols and what they mean, and applying it to the tarot cards, etc. Just common sense symbols, and applying those common sense ideas into the tarot cards, because the tarot cards are based on human understanding, which generally fuels by common sense. And so that's an easy opener. You know, it's makes it quite hard whenever you do start studying the tarot cards based on memorization of what, and no, it doesn't make it harder. It makes it longer maybe. But it's more implanted into your head as to what all of these symbols mean whenever you do this. And it does open up different symbol ideas for you when you may not have many. So it helps to do a memorization of all the tarot cards and what they mean in the upright position, the upside down position, and then slowly over time replace all of those symbolic understandings with your own ideas and what these symbols should mean, or what that card is trying to say to you within the different time variables that it might come up, and with whatever people it, because you've got to realize all of that is quite important as well. So the tarot cards and other divinational tools, scrying tools, are a good opener for your psychic ability. The crystal ball. One of my favorite, and you'll never believe this, okay? And it wouldn't have always been so, because TVs were glass screened, which had very shiny surfaces on them, which would reflect everything on the screen and show everything. But the TV sets turned off. Now, like I said, they had that massive reflection all over the screen before. But these days, they're more matte. They are not shiny. They're just deep when they're turned off. And when you turn off all the lights in a house, and you might have a candle set, or a few candles, or a dim light sitting somewhere apart from your location, and not reflecting directly on the screen, you can go directly into your TV And I don't mean going into the TV. Don't picture yourself. Don't do that. Okay? Don't. Okay? But no, you can go in there by letting the symbols come out. You know, you just focus on the screen surface in a dim lit room. No reflections directly on the screen. And you just unfocus your eyes and look at the whole front of the screen. And you hold your eyes steady. And you'll notice little bands of light starting to form and coming out from the TV screen and over towards you. Right? And you might have to meditate and add that into this to make this happen. And I do highly advise it. Don't work with just one ability. Maybe apply all of these things that I'm talking about. Right? I did. And it worked for me from the time I was, my psychic abilities was becoming very apparent by the time I was 1.5 years old. But, by the time I was 7, I had shut it down because I wanted to live a normal school kid life. Go to a school, talk to my friends, and have normalcy, right? But by the time I was 17, 18, somewhere in there, the dam broke. Everything started flooding out. And I didn't understand it. I was just lost. And so I started tapping into it through dream symbology. My first deck of tarot cards were gifted over to me by what was then my first old man. I say that, but it's the first one I would really consider. And I started doing my meditations and trying to astral project. So I added all of this, everything, and right about the same time. And then it wasn't long, the dam did break open. The tarot cards, really made a lot of sense to me, but because I was doing a lot of these other things, and all of these other things were starting to make sense to me because I was reflecting into the tarot cards and vice versa. And no, you don't have to adhere to the tarot cards as your gift, as your clairvoyant tool. You can use the runes, you can use the crystal ball, you could use anything you want. You could fire scry, water scry, candle flame scry, TV scry. And I was doing almost all of these, okay? I was doing the TV scrying, the dream symbology, noticing, and writing down and seeing what I thought the dream might be meaning to me, reading the books on dream symbology, and applying those symbols that were in my dream symbology book into my tarot cards, and what those symbols in the tarot cards should mean based on the dream symbol books. So it all really works together, and if you're only using one of these things, then you are severely handicapping yourself. And I don't advise that whatsoever. Anyway, so these are my advices to you. The key to opening your psychic ability is within you. You just have to apply that, and it really don't even require in today's markets, for you to even spend money. It don't mean that you have to use money at all, because I didn't have the internet or a computer whenever I started. You have this, and there are a world of people offering this information for absolutely nothing. Maybe watch a few commercials or something here and there. And I think that that's valuable. Also, all of the free music on YouTube you can muster up for needing to meditate and do all of that with. So, anyway, I'm Lady Leanna. If this video has helped you at all, please support me by getting a professional psychic reading done by me on a professional level. You can find the information, my email, in the description below the video. It's mysticshadowinsights.com. And you can contact me at that email address to get a psychic reading from me, and it helps to fuel my channel and keep me going. That's mysticshadowinsights.com. Thank you so much, and brightest regards to you. Hopefully this video has helped. I really hope, I really pray. Take care of yourself and brightest regards. Bye-bye.